ends the morning after big White House meetings trying to end Russia's war in Ukraine.
I believe you have two willing parties, and usually that's good news, but two willing parties that want to make a deal.
The president met with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and European leaders days after the summit with Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Alaska. He also posted on Truth Social.
I called President Putin and began the arrangements for a meeting at a location to be determined between President Putin and President Zelensky. After that meeting takes place, we will have a trilat, which would be the two presidents plus myself. So we're told this potential meeting could take place in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House.
European leaders who were here yesterday, they also agreed to offer troops to station in Ukraine similar to NATO peacekeepers if Russia and Ukraine agree to end the war, which the Trump administration has long felt will require a degree of fair land swaps.
We're still waiting for Israel's response to reports Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire proposed by mediators. Meanwhile, more aid on its way to Gaza. 1,200 tons of food and supplies on a ship from Cyprus.
The situation in Gaza is beyond dire, warns the Cypriot foreign minister. Humanitarian groups say the Palestinian territory is sliding into famine. The Israeli government dismisses these claims as lies promoted by Hamas. But the UN says starvation and malnutrition levels in Gaza are at their highest since the war began.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Air Canada is getting ready to fly again tonight. The strike that grounded flights is over.
The tentative agreement between Air Canada and the union representing its flight attendants coming on day 4 of the strike, which upended travel for an estimated 500,000 passengers. And after flight attendants defied 2 return-to-work orders from an industrial relations board, which ruled the strike unlawful.
Fox's Lillian Wu. Partial win for the Trump administration. A federal judge has dismissed a portion of a lawsuit against the illegal immigration detention center in Florida Alligator Alcatraz. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
2815 Old Jacksonville, Springfield. CordellCordell.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Justice Department plans to hand over by Friday documents from the Jeffrey Epstein case involving sex trafficking of underage girls and giving them to the House Oversight Committee, which continues to investigate amid demands for more information about Epstein's death in jail awaiting trial and if he left a client list of well-known people, which the DOJ has said he did not. Yesterday, a former Trump attorney general answered questions in a deposition.
William Barr with very brief comment to the press after speaking to the House Oversight Committee for several hours.
Was it a good conversation?
Absolutely. Committee Chair James Comer says Barr was cooperative and says he never saw any information that showed President Trump was on the Epstein client list. President Trump's former attorney general is the first in a long list of former administration officials from the Biden, Trump, Obama, Clinton, and Bush administrations who've been subpoenaed to testify as part of an investigation into the late convicted sex trafficker. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
An Indiana woman is facing federal charges. Natalie Rose Jones is accused of threatening to kill President Trump in social media posts, calling him a terrorist. Hurricane Erin, still a Category 3 storm, and though it's forecast to move away from the U.S., it's going to get bigger, and Fox's Tanya J. Powers says it's causing trouble on the East Coast.
Hurricane Erin is causing the closing of several beaches in mid-Atlantic states due to dangerous rip currents. Several popular beaches in New Jersey and Delaware are closed to swimmers, and high waves are in the forecast this week for parts of New York City, Long Island, and New England. It could bring tropical storm force winds and heavy rain as it passes by North Carolina's Outer Banks.
There have already been mandatory evacuations in the Outer Banks, fearing coastal flooding with also those riptides and the high surf. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed ahead of today's trading. Up for the Dow, down for the NASDAQ. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign County Coroner identifying the Muhammad man killed in a cycle crash in Champaign this weekend. Police say Matthew Mayberry riding Saturday night when he went off the road and hit a light pole at the intersection of Bloomington Road and Mattis Avenue. He died later at the hospital. Champaign Fire responded to a fire in a single-family home on the 300 block of South Fair Street Saturday. Crew was able to extinguish the fire quickly. They deployed a single hose line to extinguish the fire that began in a bedroom. The cause of the fire has yet to be determined. Now, one resident was displaced because of the fire. A nonprofit going big for a first-of-its-kind event, hoping to raise money with a secret ball in Champaign County. Salt and Light took the idea of a traditional banquet, but wanted to spice things up. Organizers hope their first masquerade ball will raise money and awareness for the nonprofit. The event somewhere in Champaign County, October 23rd. Have a good time at the event. That's what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, it woke me up. I mean, I heard that stuff thundering all night. Too. Lightning, thunder. We got rain. I don't know what I had, but I felt like it was coming down in Champaign pretty hard. About 0.4 in the Francis gauge from one of our farmer friends this morning. 0.4. Greg Solier. How kind of a spotty,
good,
solid rain, wasn't it?
Yeah, matter of fact, the Willard and Savoy, I mean, that's the airport, that's Savoy, but let's see, a quick calculation of my 39/100ths of an inch. Okay. So there, yeah.
0.4 is pretty good rain.
Beats, by the way, 7 1/8 that came down in southern parts of Will County and back west towards DeKalb and that I-88 corridor, and a lot of flooding going there, and parts of northwest Indiana as well this morning. So we've got it in relatively good shape.
Got some rain at least, my friends. That's awesome. Yep. We're happy about that. Good morning. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Hello.
This is meteorologist Greg Solier. Our weather this morning brought to you by Grizzlies Chimney Service.
Hey.
We want to welcome a brand new sponsor.
Okay.
Hip, hip, hooray. Welcome, folks.
Providing excellent services since 2008. They do chimney cleaning, chimney restoration, stove installations, tuck pointing. GrizzliesSweep.com is how you better get on the list for that cleaning. You want to start your fire safely all winter long.
Yeah.
I'd get that going soon. Our weather now with our meteorologist, Greg Solier. Sir, what say you?
Well, those showers, as mentioned, continuing to make their way here across east central Illinois, kind of the back end Charlie of it, running from about Fowler, Indiana, a little south of Hoopston, and then you venture back southwest towards and around maybe Penfield and Armstrong and to there to about the Thomasboro line, little separate area, just slightly east of the Villa Grove Philo line and over towards Homer. Yeah, they're still kind of cleaning up from their barrages of weather around that area over the past weekend. Things should begin to quiet down around here with two cold fronts on the move. One currently moving through the area through this evening. That'll deliver somewhat drier air, lower humidity, dew points for the end part of the week, and then a stronger cold front, but not a lot of moisture to work with. May generate a stray shower over the weekend. Then by early next week, Monday, Tuesday, high temperatures will not crack the 80-degree mark, and we should be able to move through the rest of the month of August in good shape. Not much moisture, but again, less stress and strain on any of the dry pockets, of which we continue to wind down and alleviate. More wet areas beginning to show up over some western and northern areas of the Corn Belt in particular. Of course, Aaron's going to do a lashing to the outer banks of North Carolina. Tropical storm watches there, and we've got two more systems coming off the African coast. Brother Johnny has to keep an eye on those here in the next 7 to 10 days. Forecast today, then, partly sunny skies develop in the wake of the morning shower activity. We may bubble something up this afternoon and evening time, a little more scattered. No threat for any severe weather on a widespread basis. 88 this afternoon, 70 tonight, partly sunny, turning less humid for the day tomorrow at 83 for the high, 85 sun-filled on Thursday, 86 on Friday. Over the weekend, maybe a stray quickie shower late morning or afternoon, Saturday and Sunday. Weekend highs with lowering humidity, 85 Saturday, 82 on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday highs just in the upper 70s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, my friend, thank you. 9 minutes past the hour here in Philo, Illinois. Good to have you listening on this August 19. I read that.
Yes.
Confirm it's Tuesday.
It's true.
It's Tuesday, August 19. The new boys in our afternoon did a great job on the drive yesterday. Yes. Lonte is not on it anymore. He decided about 3 weeks ago that he was ready to move on. Mm-hmm. And we wish nothing but the best for Lon, who filled that seat for about 15 years.
That's right.
And Lonte now replaced by Curtis Allen and Evan Stone. Of course, Derek Piper decided to change job, just get out of sports.
That's right.
And Kyle Tosk off to other adventures as well, as he's a student at the University of Illinois. So we had a complete change out of the drive after the hiatus. And, yeah, I don't think we're going to do that one again as far as taking time off.
Yep.
Summertime's baseball and other great things. So that was just an odd situation for us. But congratulations to Curtis and Evan. A great job yesterday. Fantastic text that came in welcoming them. And, we're excited about their show starting at 3 o'clock as always. And then replaying the 3 o'clock hour and the 5 o'clock hour. And this Monday brings Jay Lehman back, the All-American linebacker, hit show that he has on Mondays. It's wonderful to have him back. The ball of energy, the electricity. They don't pay power in Mahomet where they live. They do not pay power. They just plug Jay in.
He's got it lit.
Anyway, it's great to hear the show back and talk of Illini and all of the great things hopefully coming for our Illinois football team ahead this fall. We got so many players that are on watch lists for excellence this year, so we're excited about that.
That's right. And actually, the sellout of Ohio State is something that's buzzing. That's on October 11th. As far as students, public, colonnades, 77 Club, all sold out for that October 11th. Now just single tickets remain for the 6 home games.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. I know one of the other headlines in Illini Nation is the State Farm Center women's basketball suites have sold out.
Well, good.
I know.
That's
Coach
awesome.
Shauna Green is very excited about that. Of course, she's got the tap with Champaign Park District to be the keynote speaker and honored at Ties and Tennies on September 4th. So if you'd like to move on that and support the scholarship fund with the Champaign Park District, got to move on those tickets pretty quickly.
All right, Illinois plays football a week from Friday night at 6:30. That's coming. We'll have tickets to give away for that. So that's exciting. And the Hurricane Erin doesn't appear to really have a great impact on our East Coast. That's the first one of the season that I know of. Hurricane Erin, we're in the hurricane season, so we'll be tracking some of that. But about 0.4 of an inch fell overnight. That's kind of what Willard says. It's been verified by other people, so 0.4, which better than nothing, probably just a real good rain. We'd probably need another one, but we'll take that one we had last night. But I woke up to the thunder. I generally don't. But it felt like it was over my house. So I was, wow.
That's right.
That's a loud one.
Do your dogs have a reaction to that sort of thing, too?
No, you just kind of get nestled deeper in the covers.
Well, that's what happened is we were dog sitting. So we had 3 in the bed last night. And Olive is like a 70-pound dog.
That's a big one. Yeah. No, doggies used to run after thunder. Our dog did in the 70s. Okay. Run after thunder. That's when dogs used to live outside. No more.
That's right.
Part of the family and actually in the bed taking up the space. So here we go. We'll check your sports headlines. Lots to talk about. I think there's some pretty good potential with the peace talks with Ukraine and Russia. So we'll see and play some sound for you.
Okay.
Extraordinary moment having so many, leaders of countries in our White House yesterday. I don't know if that's ever happened that many.
Yeah.
At one time around a dining room table. I mean, it was just pure history potentially happening here. So I think it's very exciting. And those that can't stand our president, you got to give him a nod on this. I mean, come on. He's trying to stop a really complex situation. And Vladimir Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, is very happy. So I'm not sure. I think it's like security guarantees that Vladimir Putin has accepted. That's kind of a NATO thing, where if you're not in NATO, you don't get that.
Right.
But he's agreed to that, and Zelensky's going, why won't he just come in next year? Well, because there's going to be troops situated there, and Europe's going to take the lead. This is unbelievable.
Well, as kind of a foreign policy hub, our next steps to meet with Putin, will that happen inside the next few weeks?
I think it sounds like in the next week or two, and fortunately, Donald Trump's going to be there. I would not trust them one-on-one. I just don't think that'd go well.
Okay.
You need Donald Trump in that room. All right, sports headlines.
Well, we had a win from our St. Louis Cardinals, 8-3 over Miami. Here's more details.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and last night in South Florida, the Cardinals ended their 5-game losing streak, beating the Marlins 8-3. They took a 2-out error in the 7th inning, turned that into the go-ahead run, added a run in the 8th, 3 in the 9th inning, including this. The pitch. Gorman swings, and it's a high fly ball. Deep right field. This might go. It's a gunner! A 2-run homer for Nolan Gorman. 8-3 Cardinals in the 9th. Nolan Gorman made an error, but he made up for it by starting a big double play and then hit the home run.
Helped out JoJo Romero, who was victimized the day before by defense that did not live up to standards. So the Cardinals found a way to get the errors on the other side turned into runs, and Pedro Pajes was able to extend his hitting streak.
Pedro Pajes has hit safely in 8 straight now, and Michael McGreevy makes the start tonight.
Looking forward to that. He's as solid a pitcher as you can be at his young age.
The Cardinals won last night 8-3.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Milwaukee Brewers with their 15th win, 7-0 over the Cubs in the first game yesterday. 15th, time.
Out of 16.
Yeah.
They lost one.
Okay.
They had a 14-game winning streak, then they lost.
Gotcha.
But it's 15 out of 16.
15 out of 16.
15 and 1 in the last 16 games.
Yeah.
They beat the Cubs.
It's a lot, darn it.
The Cubs are 9 back. Anyway, just make the playoffs at this point.
Of course, weather canceled the second day-night doubleheader. So we've got that today over on US 105.9.
Same schedule, early and late. Yeah.
Yep. With a 1:20 start, Matthew Boyd on the bump, Jamison Talion on the mound for the 7:05 start from Wrigley. So come on, Cubs.
Well, thank you very
beat
much.
those Brewers. And Chicago White Sox over Atlanta 13-9 yesterday. They'll continue that series at 6:15 this evening. We're also hearing more about the Illinois non-conference schedule for basketball. Yeah. And, of course, we already knew about the Missouri game being so late in St. Louis on December 22nd. That's close to...
it's always...
Is it always
22nd, 23rd?
I thought it was more like 18.
No, they've been running up against Christmas. Wow. I mean, I think last year's 23rd.
Is that
22nd?
Right?
Maybe 21st. I mean, it's always in the 20s.
Okay.
It's really late.
Right.
It is up
close
right
to the holiday.
Very close, and I think somebody can check that, but I think we always play them late, and then we get a break and play one after Christmas, I think.
That's right.
Something
There's
like that.
A game against Southern on December 29th.
I think we're playing ISU, aren't we?
Yes, we are, and that's the first one on the preseason game on October 19th.
Okay.
It'll be November 3rd against Jackson State.
Must have taken the Eastern spot. Because Eastern's been first the last 2-3 years.
Okay.
Marty Simmons did not get the game.
I see.
But they've had it. And ISU, good for ISU. That'd be awesome. They're a good program. Their whole thing is good at ISU. They're all good.
And then I was talking about yesterday, the Black Friday, November 28th game in New York City against UConn.
Yeah, that won't be easy either.
I know.
Our weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you those back to school and sports physicals might be needed at a convenient location. You can learn more at carl.org.
All right, check your meteorologist Greg Solier weather forecast.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Cold front knocking at the door, responsible for some flooding rainfall over the north and northeastern end of the state, parts of northern Indiana, southern Michigan. Tail end Charlie, that band of activity continuing to make its way across the area this morning. May see a little redevelopment later on this afternoon. Secondary cold front on the move. That's expected into the front part of the weekend. And by early next week, daytime temperatures in the 70s. So a nice change ahead. But another warm and humid day's worth of weather today. Partly sunny skies develop. A couple of showers, thunderstorms around this morning. Back in this afternoon, up to 88 for the high. Lesser chance for a shower thunderstorm as the night wears on tonight. Warm, humid 70. Tomorrow, partly sunny, turning less humid with a north-northeasterly breeze on the light side at 83. Sunshine 85 on Thursday, up to 86 on Friday. Over the weekend, a couple of isolated showers can't be ruled out, especially Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Weekend highs 85 on Saturday, 82 on Sunday. Cooler early next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Home Depot is reporting a mixed quarter. Though earnings and revenue were weaker than Wall Street forecasts, sales rose 1% in the quarter. Its customers were shopping less frequently. When they did shop at Home Depot, they were spending more. Home Depot previously did not plan to raise prices because of tariffs, but now Chief Financial Officer Richard McPhail says there will be some modest price movement for some categories. Home Depot shares are narrowly lower. Air Canada will start resuming flights this evening. The flight attendant strike is over after a settlement through a mediator. Tesla has started taking orders for its new, larger 6-seat Model YL in China, the starting price over $47,000. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Posola. Invested in you.
I'm Charles Payne. Listen to my Unstoppable Prosperity podcast so I can get you making money right now. 35 years on Wall Street taught me how to successfully invest in the stock market. In my 4-part series, I'm going to teach you too. Some of Fox Business's finest join me to help tell my story, impart crucial lessons from my Unstoppable Prosperity book, and to give you the tools to achieve your own financial dreams.
Listen anytime, everywhere at foxbusinesspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
The Champaign Parks Foundation, with support from GHR Engineers, Christie Clinic Illinois Race Weekend, and Lynn Ryle, invites you to join them for their 3rd annual Ties and Tinnies Gala on Thursday, September 4th at the iHotel. This year's event is headlined by Fighting Illini women's basketball coach Shauna Green. Attendees can also expect drinks, a plated dinner, a silent auction, and more. Help the Champaign Parks Foundation reach its fundraising goal of $125,000. Get more details now at champaignparks.org.
Sarah Champagne's Ben Quattrone on keeping his employees.
It's got to be the place to work. We have to pay the best. We have to treat people the best. Some of the guys wanted to order pizza the other day. Well, we bought 30 Papa Del's pizzas. BMW had the best month they've ever had. They said, can we have a cookout? Saturday, I cooked like 50 ribeye steaks. And they were expecting like cheeseburgers, burgers and hot dogs and stuff. Like, if I'm eating steak, you're eating steak. We both eat steak, we both eat hamburger.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. Ben Quattrone's got it going on. Apparently, Sullivan Parkhill sold.
That's right.
Sam Lehman?
That's right.
Why would you sell it to a Bloomington guy?
Why
Why not sell it to a Champaign-Urbana guy? Anyway, that's car news.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy Cadillacs, Mercedes, Chevrolets, you know they'd had that since 1923?
Right. I was reading that in the press release.
Yeah. Anyway, that's business news of the county.
Yes.
I might get Mike Tobin to call in. I think he's in Chicago today. Apparently, Governor Pritzker signed something that gives scholarships to illegal. And I don't know. Does that take away a scholarship? I mean, people that are citizens, I would think, should go before people that are here illegally. That's my opinion. What the heck? I mean, I don't know how that is. It just what you do. You just don't think they should be here. I just think you have to do it legally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is that so wrong? I think you should have to be here legally.
Right. I would think you'd. To me, when I think of scholarships, I think of all the paperwork. Wouldn't you have to have some official documents to
probably
show
not
you're
at
an
this,
American?
No. I mean, at this point,
if you're applying for a scholarship, you need to be legal.
Let's just all get this thing done legally. I mean, man, I'm all for everybody coming if you just do it right. Anyway, been like that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
President Trump in the White House yesterday with more leaders than anybody can remember at the White House, particularly for such a heavy-duty meeting on stopping a war.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great honor to have you here. special place. White House is special no matter where you're from. Represents so much, and it really is beautiful. And thank you for all of the wonderful things that took place today. We've had a very successful day thus far. Important discussions as we work to end the killing and stop the war in Ukraine. We're all working for the same goal, very simple goal. We want to stop the killing, get this settled. I've just had the honor of being with President Zelensky and all of the discussions that we've had. We covered a lot of territory, and I spoke indirectly with President Putin today. We're going to call President Putin right after this meeting. I'm sure we're going to have a solid meeting, good meeting, maybe a great meeting, and we're going to try and work out a trilat after that and see if we can get it finished. The Alaska summit reinforced my belief that while difficult, peace is within reach, and I believe that in a very significant step, President Putin agreed that Russia would accept security guarantees for Ukraine, and this is one of the key points that we need to consider, and we're going to be considering that at the table also, like who will do what, essentially. I'm optimistic that collectively we can reach an agreement that would deter any future aggression against Ukraine, and I actually think there won't be. I think that's even overrated, largely overrated, but we're going to find out, and I think that the European nations are going to take a lot of the burden. We're going to help them, and we're going to make it very secure.
He got Europe to agree to kind of help and be part of the peace force, and that's the news that Vladimir Putin from Russia apparently said okay to the peace. That's what Zelensky's going to. They're just going to come back. You have to give me a peace guarantee, and if the world is standing there saying you're not going past this, then at least you have defense built in so the Ukrainians can say, well, at least I've got a guard for the next time. Because they took Crimea without much at all. And then this thing, they were sitting on the border for, a month?
Right.
Kind of knew it was coming. And then the president at the time, President Biden, said a small incursion's probably okay. What are you talking about?
Nope.
Vladimir, don't was his message. Don't. And then he had Kamala
Didn't seem to work.
Don't, she said. Here's the president of Ukraine, very upbeat.
Thank you so much. I can speak without microphone. Thank you so much. I think that we had very good conversation with President Trump.
Very good.
And it really was the best one. Maybe the best one will be in the future. But it was really good. And we spoke about very sensitive points. The first one is security guarantees. And we are very happy with President that all the leaders are here, and the security in Ukraine depends on the United States and on you and on those leaders who are with us in our hearts. They have been online before yesterday, and etc. So a lot of countries on the side of Ukraine, our people, and all of us want to finish this war, stop Russia and stop this war. We spoke about it, and we will speak more about security guarantees. This is very important that the United States gives such strong signal and is ready for security guarantees.
Yep. I think that's the key, is saying, I got your back. They're not coming back. But again, time goes, Trump leaves, another person comes in.
Right.
I mean, we have got to have some sort of signed guarantee on behalf of the United States to give Ukraine the security they need.
Yes.
So, anyway,
Can we bring everybody to the table to negotiate a just and lasting
it's
peace?
Just, how could you not be for this? How could you be anywhere but, oh my gosh, there's no way he'll get that done. But what if he did? Could you not say, oh, wow, no matter what?
Right.
This is hard. You're talking about, if you're talking about 5,000 to 7,000, mostly men dying every week, young men. Yeah, it's a tragedy. Interesting word he always uses, the killing versus, the people, the casualties of war. The killing. It's it's a harsher word. And you just say, nobody wants that.
I heard a report yesterday about some children that were captured by Russia.
Yeah, everybody they have
those back in
everybody.
Ukraine.
You have to have the release of everything. And we're going to see the details of all of that. And apparently some of that's been covered. And whether they've said, yeah, that's fine, and maybe they don't mean that. But there's a long way to go. But I just can't imagine AOC not being pleased with the progress of potential world peace here. I don't know. I just don't know. You can hate the guy, but you've got to say, wow, this is coming along. Is there any chance this could actually happen? And I think the answer is, yeah, there's a chance.
Well, this talks about the global economy as a backdrop to these peace talks as they progress, and oil and minerals and who gets what, and the clearinghouse that India is for Russian oil. So it's interesting.
217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line. Yes, Paul texts in that Hillary will say wow, because she already said, it's kind of sarcastically, well, then I know if this happens, I'll nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize. If this happens, if he doesn't get it, the Nobel means nothing. It'll be discredited completely. They'll probably give it to Vladimir Putin. Okay, we'll be back.
Okay.
It's 7:30.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Timetable to a potential peace deal stopping Russia's war in Ukraine. President Trump this morning on Fox and Friends.
I hope President Putin is going to be good, and if he's not, it's going to be a rough situation. And I hope that President Zelensky will do what he has to do. He has to show some flexibility also.
More from Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House.
The president also fielded a phone call with President Putin, writing this: at the conclusion of the meetings, I called President Putin and began the arrangements for a meeting at a location to be determined between President Putin and President Zelensky. After that meeting takes place, we will have a trilat, which would be the two presidents plus myself. So we're told this potential meeting could take place in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
Air Canada settles a strike with 10,000 flight attendants. America is listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign County Coroner confirmed the identity of the individual who died July 27 following a collision between a car and a train on Leverett Road. The driver, identified as 33-year-old Kyle Clevenger Rantoul, pronounced dead on scene. Incident currently under investigation by the Sheriff's Office. Some drivers in Champaign County may need to plan a different route to work. IDOT announced repairs to the County Road 2500 East Bridge over Interstate 74, just east of St. Joseph, began yesterday. Drivers are encouraged to use alternative routes to avoid the work area whenever possible. Well, Shalom Aquatic Center in Champaign has seen a record number of people, especially in days with high temps. That's going to change soon, though. The pool will close for the season September 1. With higher temps, the pool sees more people, which means more responsibility. In July, they were seeing nearly 2,000 people daily at their pool. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller. Our weather brought to you this morning by Kurt Lenschow at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Kurt are there. Meteorologist Greg Soy, about a half an inch in the bucket, a little less overnight.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Classic example of these pop-up, slow-moving, downpour-producing showers and thunderstorms over the past weekend. Even a rush of wind and some crop damage in some parts of Champaign and Vermilion County. Not too far outside of Homer, even reports of tornadic activity and a wide range of rain amounts as well locally in the gauge. In any event, we could see the same thing pop up as the day wears on today. Stray shower, thunderstorm in spots this morning. Isolated this afternoon. Heat and humidity pay heat at heat advisory through early this evening. High temperature up to about 91. Heat index values up around 100 later today with a partly sunny sky and a slight southeast wind. Maybe a stray shower thunderstorm this evening. Better odds after midnight down at 72. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Hot humid at 90, but then partly sunny, less humid as the day wears on Wednesday at about 86. Mid to upper 80s Thursday and Friday. Drier air and even cooler, drier air setting up late in the weekend, early next week. Shower chance over the weekend with highs into the 80s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Thank you, Greg. Hey, when it was time to sell her home, Sarah found the perfect partner when she contacted the experts at Nate Evans Group. Sarah says that from start to finish, Tanya from the Nate Evans Group delivered unmatched professionalism, clear communication, and dependable support.
Pretty cool to have a smooth transition from selling your home to buying your next one. Nate has a lot of lenders that he partners with that have creative banking solutions. If you need to drastically reduce your down payment or avoid having 2 mortgages at once. And if you're just investigating the thought with the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty to get you that immediate cash offer on your home, there's flexible fees. Why not sell your home for the most money possible and investigate as you see that secret list of homes on that coming soon program? There's so many things. Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113. A friend you can trust. Do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Actually, I called a provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians. I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
Stevie J Broadcasting and Parlor Donuts want to send you to see the number 12th ranked Fighting Illini football team's home opener. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way August 29th against Western Illinois. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win Illini football tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Yep. A lot of you want tickets. We're
Getting
seeing
some
that.
texts in,
Yeah.
217-359-2255.
Yeah.
In case you'd like to participate with the Fisher National Bank text line, seeing some of the comments with the drive out of the gate yesterday, Stevie.
Yeah, the drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone debuted yesterday to a fantastic start, and a lot of great texts that came in.
In fact, Matt and Sydney commenting on, wait, no Cardinal fan? Stevie's actually going to hire someone who isn't a Cards fan?
No, it's a litmus test. First question. Are you a Cardinal fan?
Oh, okay.
No, you don't understand. I came from Cubs and then did the Benedict Arnold and switched, and nobody can do that. You're not supposed to do that, but
then we have Cubs in the family now on US 105.9.
Yeah, no, I grew up listening to Vince Lloyd, Lou Boudreau on radio and loved the Cubs, and then I started working with the Cardinals in the 90s, and they just, what can I say? And then when we came here, they switched from a 45-year relationship to come to our radio station. How could you not kind of lean there?
Right.
Anyway, kind of a business move, but I definitely am a Cardinal fan. But again, there's Cubs in there. Listen, I'm now a fan of whoever my son-in-law is with.
Mm-hmm.
If Jacob Hurtubise is with Timbuktu, I'll be a big Timbuktu fan. Okay. So you're not going to get me to root
for. That's in the family. Of course you would.
Of course you are.
Your
But
family
if you're talking about fighting Illini, you're not going to get me to be a Boilermaker.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get me to be a Michigan. I can't do any of that.
Okay, you're right there. You're totally. I totally agree with that. When it comes to the Big Ten,
well,
you have to stay firm.
Fighting Illini, I'm not going to root for the Duke Blue Devils in basketball. Never.
Right.
I guess if I have a child or grandchild involved, I suppose. You have to ask.
There's the family
but
clause.
you have to asterisk that. You get a family clause and all of that.
Exactly.
But yeah, a lot of great texts in. The guys listening were happy that it's back.
Someone's asking about Curtis's history. Yes, he's worked in this market for 20 years or something.
Curtis, I mean, the thing is how can I say this? Media is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Media is perplexing from the standpoint of operations, and I've seen a lot of it. And it's just
that's why I'm kind of like sitting back, like, oh, this should be interesting.
No, it's just I'm just
interesting. It's just an interesting topic.
Let me. In all professions, sometimes you wonder how people get in charge. There are just yo-yos in all professions, but there seem to be more in radio and television, and you don't understand it.
Right.
You let human beings have a life, and you don't be. Anyway.
And I remember back in the day when I worked for different frequencies, and you'd never acknowledge if I saw some of my broadcasting brothers in the room. But now I'm like, hey, there's la la la. If I'm on the mic on stage, I'm like welcoming people because we're so similar. But it used to be there's so much competition. Oh, I can't believe they're there at this event. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Who needs that in your life?
I like to have a culture people enjoy coming to, and I think we've been pretty consistent with that over the years. Where it's hopefully pleasant. We don't allow gossip. all that stuff.
Yeah.
You don't get into stupid stuff. You just don't, and you communicate better. But we want people to come to work, but am I wrong? And I've never told anybody that worked in where I was that, this job has got to be seriously important to you, and it's not. It's a job. You can go somewhere else. You ought to enjoy coming in. You ought to work really hard. Give me 8 hours a day, and then enjoy your life.
That's right.
Go to your family stuff. Get your work done. You have to do your stuff.
Yeah, and the harder you work, the more money you're gonna make.
Well, you just
write
it's
your
just
own raise.
Fun to be successful as a group. You're with your work partners a long time, but we've all been in situations where you tiptoe around XYZ because they're in a bad mood today. What an awful environment to tiptoe around any human that can't come to work happy. And we all have rough and tumble days, but if it's a better life if you can be more positive about what can be versus it ain't happening.
Absolutely.
And nobody wants to be around negative people, but sometimes you're forced to because they're over you at work.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, there's always choices. Well, I've got the golden handcuffs. I make good money and I got all the benefits and we got 3 kids. I get it. I know it's hard. But in this day and age, after COVID, if you're a star employee, pick your spot. You can work anywhere if you're a star employee. Now, are you a star employee? Do you deliver? Are you somebody that's a team player that really wants to help everybody?
Good with communication.
Great, but just be a happy person. Notice the people that are bah-rah, it just doesn't, nobody wants to be around you. It's very sad, actually.
Here's Easy commenting about old Uncle Larry and Snot-Nosed Tommy.
Little Tommy, WLS. We all wanted to be WLS. They were the big 89 in Chicago. They had an AM, they still do, 890, and it's just that we were just raised on the jocks from WLS.
Yeah.
At least it was the 70s. And y'all kind of wanted to do that. And it was big time because you didn't have 1,000 options. You didn't have a smartphone. You didn't. It was like you listened to your radio. You might listen to the ball game on your transistor under your pillow. I mean, it was cool. I mean, I always liked the old radio theaters, and some of the cool sound effects in radio theater of the mind.
Absolutely.
And yes, it's all faded. Television has faded. Radio has faded from the standpoint of prominence, but you still can be a part of it. There's just a lot of options, and if you're good at it, people will listen.
Yeah.
If you're not, they won't.
And that's where I think Curtis Allen and some of his sound and sound bites and interjecting that into the conversation with Evan Stone yesterday, it was just a nice way to get out of the gate with a new chapter of The Drive. Here's someone commenting on, I used to follow Lon at WAND. He will be missed, of course.
Lonte decided to step away, and we appreciate everything he's done for us. Curtis Allen's been around radio like 20 years. I mean, he's one of those guys, and occasionally you'll meet one that is just got it. They just want to do this thing, and it's kind of fun. There's a whole lot of the population that has worked in radio. I used to be in radio.
I know that.
Yep. It's just unusual to have a long career in radio. You generally pop around a little bit.
That's right. Here's Patrick saying, I just love the new Drive show. As good as Evan is as a pastor, he's as good on the radio.
No, he's passionate about the Illini. He once gave up a Caribbean cruise because he didn't want to miss the Illinois-Ohio State game. I don't know. I think you could stream that.
Yeah,
and
you could figure out what's going on in the Caribbean. I would probably do that.
He also revealed that somewhere in his family tree, the guy was hung by a rope because he's part of the Abraham Lincoln conspiracy.
Oh, my goodness.
That's deep.
Okay.
Yeah. He said the guy didn't do it, but he's kind of in on it. So.
Right. My husband, Mike Anderson, had someone in the Revolutionary War, William Anderson. So
did he betray
I don't
George
think
Washington?
There was any
or?
betrayal or anything like that, from what I know. But it is fascinating.
It is anyway. But Evan is the college minister at CU Church and does a tremendous job. But he loves sports, and he's an Illini. He is really into Illinois sports
and knows a lot of these.
Knows athletes. A lot of these. He just knows a lot about sports too. So anyway, listen to the Drive this afternoon with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone, day 2, but very entertaining. Did a very good job. Really excited about it. Okay, quarter till ESPN 93.5. It is Tuesday, August 19. I have a Stever.
Okay.
It's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Oh, good.
This is a really good one. I could certainly use it. $500 off. And you have to spend $1,000, but that's nothing these days.
Yes, that's right.
So if you need an appliance, you need a dryer, you need a washer, you need a dishwasher, you need, refrigerator, $500 off is something you will not find ever. We're the only ones smart enough to give money.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World has some great options for you, and they're located at 1510 North Neal Street, right near I-74.
All right, so what you do to get in on the possibility of you getting one of my $500 bills, I'll do 2 today. Just text in DVD or Dick Van Dyke to indicate you're interested. But, man, if you're about to buy something, why wouldn't you take my money?
Right.
And chances are very, very strong that you need something, but you're saying, I get it.
I have some people that recently moved, and they were kind of downhearted at the outdated look of their kitchen and wanted to upgrade. So this is a chance for you to text in 359-2255. DVD, you can explore your options at appliance-world.com.
Okay, there you go. That's your Stever offer, $500. 217-359-2255 if you are interested in that deal. 746, your sports headlines.
St. Louis Cardinals win over Miami. That'll be a 5:40 start as that series continues here on ESPN 93.5. Typically, when we get a victory, we hear the Redbird recap.
That's fine.
Okay.
Here we go.
With Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and last night in South Florida, the Cardinals ended their 5-game losing streak, beating the Marlins 8-3. They took a 2-out error in the 7th inning, turned that into the go-ahead run, added a run in the 8th, 3 in the 9th inning, including this. The pitch. Gorman swings, and it's a high fly ball. Deep right field. This might go. It's a gunner! A 2-run homer for Nolan Gorman. 8-3 Cardinals in the 9th. Nolan Gorman made an error, but he made up for it by starting a big double play and then hit the home run.
Helped out JoJo Romero, who was victimized the day before by defense that did not live up to standards. So the Cardinals found a way to get the errors on the other side turned into runs, and Pedro Pajes was able to extend his hitting streak.
Pedro Pajes has hit safely in 8 straight now, and Michael McGreevy makes the start tonight.
Looking forward to that. He's as solid a pitcher as you can be at his young age.
The Cardinals won last night, 8-3.
We were talking that bragging rights game, and you had mentioned December 22nd. Isn't that late? And, you're right, Stevie. As I look into the history, it was, the 19th and 20th, or in the 80s or something like that. I don't know why I always thought it was earlier.
Well, you found it December 12th, but generally, I just remember it being at least recently in the 20s.
Man.
So, yeah.
This has gone on and on for a long time.
And people love going to the border war. There's always, a little something because of the weather potential. Sometimes if the weather's funky, ice storm, snow, whatever, it's hard to get there. But, boy, I've been to one of them. Johnny took us down there for the 05 game, 04-05 team, the 05 season. And talk about electric.
Right.
And it was in just one big party and a lot of Illini down there.
A lot of people are drinking down there.
Well, they're drinking all day, and it makes it a little more electric, but hopefully staying in a hotel tonight.
That's right. So. And it will be December 22nd in St. Louis as we face Missouri this year, as the non-conference schedule is something you might want to check out and maybe put a star on some of the dates. Would you like to shop in New York City on Black Friday and then catch UConn and our Illini?
Here's a problem shopping Black Friday in New York City on that day is you're driving, you can't really take much in the plane. So you're going to have the van.
Do people send packages home then?
Well, you can
some
ship
cases?
maybe. Shipping is expensive.
Right.
If you're on Amazon Prime.
Or maybe you just come with half a suitcase.
Yeah, but stuff boxes and stuff. For Christmas, particularly, you're more important.
You're right.
It's hard to travel, but if you drive, you can drive to New York City, and then you get your whole van.
That's right.
You can load it up.
So the non-conference schedule, again, is out, and the exhibition game on October 19th is against the Redbirds with Illinois State. And we had talked about the history of EIU forever. That it seems like has been part of the Illini legacy.
Eastern, a lot of games, but ISU, I don't know what the resistance has been in playing Illinois State, but they're better.
In the Coach Shauna Green era, we're now seeing the State Farm Center women's basketball suites are sold out.
That's great.
And just single game tickets remain for the 6 home games for our football team. The Ohio State game on October 11th, totally sold out when it comes to students, public. the Colonnade, 77 Club. So go Illini.
Watts Copy Systems, they offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Call for free evaluation, 217-352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems. Do dogs eat corn cobs? Apparently, yes. Dr. Todd coming up.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. Cold front knocking at the door, responsible for some flooding rainfall over the north and northeastern end of the state, parts of northern Indiana, southern Michigan. Tail end Charlie, that band of activity continuing to make its way across the area this morning. May see a little redevelopment later on this afternoon. Secondary cold front on the move. That's expected into the front part of the weekend. And by early next week, daytime temperatures in the 70s. So a nice change ahead. But another warm and humid day's worth of weather today. Partly sunny skies develop. A couple of showers, thunderstorms around this morning. Back in this afternoon, up to 88 for the high. Lesser chance for a shower thunderstorm as the night wears on tonight. Warm, humid 70. Tomorrow, partly sunny, turning less humid with a north-northeasterly breeze on the light side at 83. Sunshine 85 on Thursday, up to 86 on Friday. Over the weekend, a couple of isolated showers can't be ruled out, especially Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Weekend highs 85 on Saturday, 82 on Sunday. Cooler early next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right, 7:52. Dr. Todd Likens, Pet Pro, Madison Kirby, veterinarian. I never thought about doggies eating corn cobs, but of course they would. It would smell so good. And who doesn't like our corn on the cob? Is like the man. It's
Had
the
it
boss.
last night, and it was picked that day from a farm in Delano.
Don't you drag it through the stick of butter and then smoosh it with salt?
Yeah, there's that.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so dogs and so have you seen that, Todd? Is it a problem?
Oh, multiple times through the years. Most of the times, it's not a big deal, but it can be. It depends on how the dog eats it. I mean, this weekend, that's what brought the idea up. Was I had a dog this weekend that they went to the UI because you got to take care and dispose of properly the cob because the dog went and grabbed the corn cob and ate it. And most of the time, they chew up. Some of these guys, they don't chew; they swallow whole, and that's the ones that get a problem. And then you're talking several $1,000s worth of surgery.
Oh boy!
Boy, it's bad.
And my textbooks and journals and stuff always have pictures of unique stuff. I mean, I've seen pictures of dogs that have swallowed cutting knives, meat sauce and things on it, and you can see the whole lung. You can see as the esophagus goes through the lungs, the knife goes the length of the lung.
How did that not cut it all? Everything. I mean, wouldn't that just be fatal?
That's kind of an emergency. Yeah.
Oh my! A knife? Oh my God!
A knife. So don't think it's too big for them to swallow because they find a way.
Yeah.
Dogs, like I said, I think dogs love to commit suicide. So
unreal.
And this is just another way.
Well, and it's amazing the style of the dog eating. There's Boofer. I haven't heard him in weeks.
Yeah, that's the troops in one room. We got the dogs. We got a group in here having coffee with us. They're having Three Dog Bakery cookies. So the others are jealous.
It's interesting the eating habits because some will absolutely inhale and others tend to be like a little chewy and take your time.
Right.
Why does that happen?
Yeah, I just sometimes it's their style. When the litters are together, it's the survival of the fattest, and you got to eat fast and get it all in, so otherwise somebody else is going to eat it. So I think that carries over from very young age.
Yeah, but it is fascinating. I'm just so intrigued by I think dogs are God's example of unconditional love. It is so clear. And isn't it interesting? Dog spelled backward is God. Yeah. I mean, dogs are just no matter what, they see you for the first time, and it's just a joy. It really is. And all your dogs wig and waggle like they haven't seen you guys in the last 4 hours because they were sleeping. Okay. Yeah,
exactly. I love some of our dogs when we get up in the morning. The alarm goes off and they moan and groan like we do now. So
they tend to kind of take your habits, don't they?
Yeah, they absolutely do. So we got back sleepers, side sleepers, whatever.
They sleep in the funkiest ways. How can dogs sleep in their backs or like we do, and kind of over their eyes? I mean, you've seen it all, but it's just fascinating.
Yeah, fun stuff.
And our dog Olive always wants a belly rub at certain times of the day.
Yeah, they all got spots, don't they?
Yeah,
little areas.
She'll get on her back and just want that belly rub.
A little Mosey, when I scratch her back, she'll actually turn around so I rub her back. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, to get the spot.
That's what I do. I say, here, rub my back. How can people connect with Dr. Todd Likens?
Hey, give us a text. That's our definitely preferred way, 217-355-5051. Text to return pretty fast because Taylor's on it and she's obsessive compulsive like the rest of the family.
I'm telling you what, though, you have a real valuable. Taylor's really good.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's expecting.
Yeah, she is expecting.
Yep, and then she made very sure that she could. She made very sure I knew that she could work while having a baby.
Oh,
so
wow.
This is going to be fun to watch how this goes.
Unbelievable. Right. Wonderful. All right, it's the number to call and reach 217-3 5051.
Yeah.
5051.
Okay.
Todd, thank you.
I'll see you guys.
See ya. And I've told the story many times about Charlie eating all the Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an example of quick, they're coming. So he ate them all. And so we made them throw up. You get a piece of bread, put it in hydrogen peroxide, and dogs will throw up.
Poor things.
I know. But poor Bella, I had to do it for Bella, and she had nothing.
Couldn't you just do Charlie first and then see it all?
Well, I didn't know if she had any.
Okay, gotcha.
Chocolate can be poison.
Right. The foil and of the chocolate
it's just
kisses
everything. So I had to do to both. I felt terrible because poor Bella was so innocent, and I knew it. She had nothing. And Charlie had a whole candy aisle with all the wrappers on.
I know.
There was nothing. It was just the eggs and wrappers and the whole thing. It just vomited out. I'm going, how did you eat so much, candy aisle? So it's you got to be careful. These doggies who eat corn on the cob like that, and if they smorf it like Charlie used to.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, 217-359-2255. You can reach us on the Fisher National Bank text line. The DVD is in play now.
We're getting some people interested in this offer.
I mean, if nobody does it, please don't. I'll do it. Because $500 off anything.
If you purchase a $1,000 appliance.
Yep. If it's an $1,100 deal, you're paying $600.
Mm-hmm. 1510 North Neal Street is Dick Van Dyke Appliance World right off I-74.
And again, Illini's what you text if you're interested in Illinois tickets because we're going to do a regular ticket giveaway.
Yeah, thanks to Jet's Pizza, 2 locations. You might want to choose it for lunch near campus at Neal and Green and Round Barn at Springfield and Mattis. Also, Parlor Donuts located over by Dr. Todd, the Pet Pro, over off the Shops of Nolan. No,
all right.
Old Farm Shops.
Old Farm Shops.
Thank you.
All right, here's another great place to go.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. Our delicious donuts are back because we are open for the season. Wait till you see our expanded Land of Oz activities with more mazes, a basketball shootout, new games, and a shade pavilion. We're redoing our barn, and now you can watch artist Jose Vasquez create a new Oz mural. Follow Facebook for dates and times. Of course, we still have all your favorites like peaches, apples, produce, fritters, and pies, cider slushies to beat the heat. Go to CurtisOrchard.com and like us on Facebook to find out more.
If you're in the market for a new car battery, you could go to one of those big box stores, except there's no guarantee you'll be served by an actual car expert.
Clean up in aisle 3.
You could pick a battery off the shelf, except it might be close to expiring. Or you could just come into Interstate. Don't make a big box store blunder. With competitive prices and a more personal, reliable approach, Interstate Batteries is the clear-cut choice if you want to guarantee yourself a new and trustworthy car battery. They're open and ready to serve you at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
He keeps trying to broker peace talks between the leaders of Russia and Ukraine. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I wouldn't say they are ever going to be best friends.
President Trump on Fox and Friends the morning after meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky following his summit in Alaska with Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
We're setting up a meeting. I sort of set it up with Putin and Zelensky. And, you know, they're the ones that have to call the shots.
Now, the Wall Street Journal reports Zelensky is said to be considering some proportional land swaps as part of a peace agreement to stop the war in exchange for security guarantees. The president, Zelensky, and European leaders all discussed at the White House yesterday.
There'll be some form of security. It can't be NATO because that's just not something that would ever happen. They couldn't do that.
Now, the president also referenced his Washington, D.C. crime crackdown.
I've made Washington, D.C. Just an incredible place. In literally 4 days, I have friends that say they're going out to dinner.
Attorney General Pam Bondi just announced on a post on X another 52 arrests last night as 6 Republican-led states send more National Guard soldiers as city leaders push back, saying violent crime statistics show a big decline this year and last. Air Canada will soon be back in the air, planning to resume flights tonight after the Flight Attendants Union, in a tentative agreement with the airline early this morning, ended a 4-day strike that grounded planes, affecting about 500,000 Air Canada passengers. Hurricane Erin is weakened slightly down to a Category 2, but it's forecast to get bigger. So even though Erin's on track to move away from the U.S., Fox meteorologist Janice Dean says it'll still cause trouble.
Strong rip currents, huge waves. It's going to be, really dangerous to go out in the water along the East Coast over the next few days. Because of this system, we have coastal flood advisories as well.
There is a storm surge watch now for the North Carolina Outer Banks area. There have already been mandatory evacuations there. America's listening to Fox News.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
2815 Old Jacksonville, Springfield. CordellCordell.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
While President Trump keeps trying to stop Russia's war in Ukraine, North Korea's leader is warning of a new one as his rival and the American military conduct drills together.
Kim Jong-un says the U.S. and South Korea want to ignite a war. The North Korean dictator made the comments while inspecting a new warship, right as the two allies kicked off an 11-day exercise called Ulchi Freedom Shield. Kim believes drills like these are rehearsals for an invasion. South Korea's new president, Lee Jae-myung, says he wants to improve relations with the North. Ulchi Freedom Shield involves some 18,000 South Korean troops and 3,000 from the US. The drill consists of computer-simulated command post operations and field training. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Now, there could be more vaccine controversy. A lot of doctors are out with their own guidance now for parents.
The largest professional association of pediatricians in the U.S. is giving a significantly different recommendation from the government on vaccines, a first notable break in decades. The American Academy of Pediatrics just out with new guidance, which strongly recommends COVID-19 shots for children ages 6 months to 2 years. They're also advised for older children if parents want them vaccinated. That differs from guidance under Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who announced in May those vaccines are no longer recommended for healthy children and pregnant women, though he did say kids may get the shots in consultation with physicians. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
The Trump administration will like this. A federal judge has dismissed part of a lawsuit against the illegal immigration detention center in Florida that's Alligator Alcatraz. Some detainees claim their constitutional rights have been violated, wanting to expand their access to legal services. On Wall Street, we may get a mixed market. Dow futures are up, but NASDAQ futures are down. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A nonprofit going big for a first-of-its-kind event, hoping to raise money with a secret ball in Champaign County. Salt and Light took the idea of a traditional banquet, but wanted to spice things up. Organizers hope their first masquerade ball will raise money and awareness for the nonprofit. The event somewhere in Champaign County, October 23rd. Have a good time at the event. Champaign County Coroner identifying the Muhammad man killed in a cycle crash in Champaign this weekend. Police say Matthew Mayberry riding Saturday night when he went off the road and hit a light pole at the intersection of Bloomington Road and Mattis Avenue. He died later at the hospital. Champaign Fire responded to a fire in a single-family home on the 300 block of South Fair Street Saturday. Crew was able to extinguish the fire quickly. They deployed a single hose line to extinguish the fire that began in a bedroom. The cause of the fire has yet to be determined. Now, one resident was displaced because of the fire. That's what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, just had a great idea. Why don't you start a marching band and then charge for all the parades?
Yeah.
You get paid to do it.
Like alumni.
But you can't.
Just whoever, musicians.
We're just talking about the 4th of July, 250th coming up for America.
Yes.
And
I went to the Unity
Is that this year?
Music Boosters meeting
next year.
No, next year.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, in
26.
2026.
Next year, yeah.
But, we're preparing now.
Wait
and
a
we're
minute, where am I? It's August.
Yes.
Next July.
So, yeah,
And
coming
it's
up in
11
less
months.
than a year.
So
less than a year to go.
Yeah. The problem is there's
a limited number of practices for marching bands
for high school.
For high school.
So what if you started a 30-piece marching band? That'd look okay. 30 people.
That's what we'd like. A
Okay,
minimum
so-
of 30, and we pay them $1,000.
Oh, it's got to be
it's
it's 5,000 minimum.
It's just that we need to really fundraise for that.
Well,
'cause
I
we
know,
got
but you
40
got
grand
just
on
go
our
find
fireworks.
go find a music alum that wants to support marching bands, and this will be a.
Stevie, you sound like an agent.
It's the best, baby.
Always
it's the
sounds
best.
like an agent, Greg.
Yeah, you want me as your agent. If I advocate for you, you want me on your team.
But we had
So
a problem
Yes.
recruiting of the 4th of July with marching bands, and we send the notices out to the bands
But they-
in February.
You
to
didn't know
say-
there was a limit,
I didn't know.
so nobody's going to do that.
That's why I was glad to have the conversation with our band director at Unity High School, Matt Calsert, on they're limited on how many times
How
they can
many?
have the kids get together.
If you
in the
had a
summer.
marching band available, how many people would book it in Illinois? How many parades would they
Right,
get
and
booked?
the problem is everybody wants them on the 4th of July.
Well, we can't do more than probably 2 or 3 because it would the timing.
But
of it.
I mean, I think Paxton's parade is at 10. I
Fun
think
Day is
there's-
they'd like.
Yeah, that's right. The
so
weekend before
Sydney
the last
Fun
weekend of
Days.
June.
Maybe they take.
That's the end of July.
Anyway.
That's right.
What about adding to the mix like an all-star, or just just take anybody who wants to get into a band and put it together? Not only the school bands, but and a grouping of
That's all I'm saying.
of
You
band members.
get a bunch
right.
of people that know how to play that love marching.
Make the East
Yeah.
Central Illinois marching band.
And every kid
Yeah,
gets,
there you go. Perfect.
Everybody
Yeah.
that's in it for that parade gets $250.
That's right.
So you do that times 30. What's 30 times
And you
250?
just learn Grand Old Flag and God Bless America and 3 or 4
America the
patriotic.
Beautiful and all that,
Exactly.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that like performing.
And it's only 8 seconds in front of somebody, and you can
No.
repeat the song again later on in the parade. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
actually, 250. We're not going to work on that. 750. That's not going to work. Okay. Anyway, just always thinking ideas. That's what I do.
Right.
All right. So we got almost a half an inch of rain overnight, Greg, and I don't think Hurricane Aaron is a thing really for the East Coast, or is it?
It is if you're looking for cool surfing. I mean,
Okay.
on 15 to 20 foot waves that'll crash into the outer banks of North Carolina, where there are tropical storm watches in effect there. They'll probably take the worst of it, coastal sections from a wave and erosion standpoint, and then over the open waters, of the Atlantic, 50-foot waves. That hole in the atmosphere, Erin, makes her way and its way up into the North Atlantic, North Sea. Then we buckle the jet stream southward, and that's what happens. Move these things west towards us. We get high pressure and hot weather. Move them up into the North Atlantic. We get into a cool spell, and we'll see just that next week around here. A delightful turn. And this is probably it for anything really widespread in the moisture department, but we will do the best we can with it. Most crops are doing pretty well, with the exception of some of the drier patches, but those are diminishing as we speak. 7 inches of rain, by the way, along and north of I-80 and along and south of I-88 over areas of northern Illinois. But back this way, the shower activity of the morning is moving off out of the Danville, Vermilion County area. Some breaks in the overcast to the north and northwest. We'll turn it partly sunny for the day today. 76 at Willard and Savoy right now. Afternoon temperatures expected to top out at around the 88-degree mark, and we may bubble up a couple of showers and thunderstorms in spots this afternoon and evening time. Overnight lows tonight down to about 70, partly sunny, turning less humid as the day wears on tomorrow at 83. Comfortable weather Thursday and Friday with highs in the middle 80s, normal for the time of year. Dew points will be down nicely, and a secondary cold front may spark a stray shower over the weekend. No big deal, nothing widespread. 85 on Saturday, Sunday high of 82, then in the upper 70s. Nights will fall into the 50s. Good looking weather for Monday, Tuesday of next week. For Steve Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Greg Sawyer, our meteorologist. So we have, again, about 4/10 of an inch of rain overnight. Thunder, lightning, and some rain. Boy, my yard, oof.
I know.
Thirsty.
Flowers, everybody, the gardens needed it. It's, we're bringing out all the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the sweet corn. And
boy, oh boy.
Anyway, it's good that we got some rain.
All right, again, our Stever offer is Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. I'm giving out $500 if you're interested. 217-359-2255 is the number to text in. Fisher National Bank text line. The new drive, the all-new drive, because of what had happened, I explained at the beginning of the show yesterday exactly how everybody left in 3 weeks. Derek Piper kind of changed professions. Kyle Tosk got another job. He's a student. And Lonte decided it was a time maybe step back. He's been thinking about that for a long time. So not a shock, but just the timing of it.
Yeah, with his youngest son being out of state for college, he's going to want to watch those games. So
yep. So all the best.
We pivoted and made things really good.
Yep, really, really good. They sound really good. Day 2 today with Evan Stone and Curtis Allen, and you'll hear them after 3. I think the general consensus on the text lines were thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
Because they love a local sports show talking predominantly about Illinois. And that's kind of what we've done for 15 years and done a really good job with tens of thousands. The number still surprises me. The tens of thousands that download the podcast every month. I mean, it's remarkable. Chicago has nearly 5,000 people tracking that show.
That's right.
Los Angeles has thousands.
And if you want to tap into that yourself or our show or any other thing, StevieJay.com. And we've got lots of community events that we've listed there too. I know coming up will be the Muhammad Music Festival, and that's on Friday and Saturday.
Yep. Okay. And we're going to talk about that with Fisher National Bank President Ryan Heiser. Yeah, he'll be running in, what do we say, Thursday?
Yes.
Thursday, yeah. and it's Tuesday, right?
I was just looking over a text from Nick about what do you call a group of bands, an ensemble, a collective. He was wondering if it was like a flock or a herd or something.
Gaggle? What do you call? Well, that's an easy one to look up.
I mean, I just kind of did an online search, and that's where an ensemble came up. I was seeing on social media how Band 157 was the hashtag for Barry Hauser in his posts with our Marching Illini.
That's our 157th Marching Illini band?
Can you believe it? Wow.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
How can that be if we started in 1868? We didn't have a marching band the first year.
I mean, how many years is that then?
I don't know. That would be strictly math.
Okay.
32 and 25. I don't think we had a band the first year. I would question the 157.
Okay. And
Unless you did a new band every semester, which you don't. How can it be 157 when we started in 1868? That's 32 years plus 100, 132 plus 25. That's 157. But we didn't have a band. I promise you we didn't. We had horses and mud. Okay? When we started this agricultural community into a land grant thing, there's no way we had a marching band. We didn't have a sports team. Did we?
Maybe he's talking about the breakout of various
It's 157
bands too.
years, but I don't think we had a... I don't think so.
I don't know.
Anyway, there's one for you. 217-359-2255. Okay,
But
straight
we
in.
love our marching Illini.
We
That's
do.
for sure.
There's
And I
no
know
doubt.
it has been hot with their preseason camp underway. My goodness. They've had to endure and carry around that tuba or sousaphone.
Boy, I tell you
and all
what,
these-
if you're getting into music, how would you pick the tuba? Wouldn't that be like choice number 100? Because it's so big.
I don't know.
Let's do a piccolo or a violin, something smallish.
Go Illini. In fact, we're seeing that a bunch of tickets are being sold for our number 12 in the AP preseason poll and USA Today coaches poll as we gear up for the game against Western Illinois. By the way, the drive in their new look will be live on Thursday, August 28th, right after the Cardinals Pittsburgh game.
Yep.
We found out
Most likely
yesterday.
4 to 6. That should be a good
4 to
time for
6,
Pias.
probably.
Yep.
And if you want tickets to that Friday night, August 29th game against Western Illinois, you could win them. They're at Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue. And it looks like there's limited tickets for the Western Michigan game on September 13th and the homecoming game against USC on September 27th. So if I would start looking and planning and getting those tickets because we've already got Ohio State that's totally sold out on October 11th. There's just single game tickets that are remaining for the 6 home games. Plus, the State
Illinois
Farm
won't
Center-
sell their tickets to that game unless we've lost some games and kind of out of the playoff picture.
Right.
Otherwise, I think that thing will be electric like the Michigan game was. We wouldn't pull out the Red Grange, would we?
Why not, Stevie? Let's do it.
We wouldn't pull out the Red Grange, would we?
Go Illini. And the State Farm Center's women's basketball suites are sold out too.
How about that?
Let's do it. I know Eric Meyer at Pia's was talking about maybe doing some games
Yeah,
with
with
a
the bus.
shuttle.
Yeah.
And he does that for all the home men's basketball
How much
games.
was a suite for the women? I wonder.
Right.
Because I bet they made it a lot more affordable than the men, which would draw people, which you're gonna go to the game if you got a suite. That's a lot easier. I'm up here, and you're not.
The little people.
Hello.
We had the St. Louis Cardinals winning 8-3 over Miami. It's a 5:40 start. Michael McGreevy on the mound for the Cardinals. Milwaukee over the Cubs 7-0, and now they're bumping the day-night doubleheader to today because of the weather yesterday. So Matthew Boyd on the bump for the Cubs at 1:20, and then Jamison Talion will be on the mound at 7:05. Hear that action over on US 105.9. Well, those Brewers are hard to stop. They've won 15 out of the last 16 games.
No, they're hot. Really, really a good baseball team. You know what? I think, though, they play fundamental baseball. They don't make a lot of mistakes that'll lose a ball game. They bunt, which is the lost art. They advance runners. They just play more of those type of game. And I think this Pat Murphy, an older manager, used to manage in college, actually. Oh, man, he's remarkable what they're doing. Brewers are the man for sure right now.
Chicago White Sox beat Atlanta 13-9, and they'll have that series continue at 6:15. That's sports on Diane Ducey.
All right, check Greg's weather here again. Again, to get in on the Dick Van Dyke, just text us DVD 217-359-2255, $500 to Dick Van Dyke. Wow.
You'll spend $1,000 on an appliance-world.com if you want to investigate what you'd like to purchase. 1510 North Neal Street is Dick Van Dyke Appliances World's location.
Yep. All right, so again, and you reach us on the text line for anything else. as you have thoughts. Our weather brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you they've got the lake house open with kayaks, canoes, paddle boats, and more. That's a fun summer option. Summer isn't over. UrbanaParks.org.
It's fun to do those.
I
We've
know
done
it.
that a number of times.
Very affordable.
8:19.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and Vicinity. Classic example of these pop-up, slow-moving, downpour-producing showers and thunderstorms over the past weekend. Even a rush of wind and some crop damage in some parts of Champaign and Vermilion County. Not too far outside of Homer. Even reports of tornadic activity and a wide range of rain amounts as well locally in the gauge. In any event, we could see the same thing pop up as the day wears on today. Stray shower, thunderstorm in spots this morning. Isolated this afternoon. Heat and humidity pay heat at heat advisory through early this evening. High temperature up to about 91. Heat index values up around 100 later today with a partly sunny sky and a slight southeast wind. Maybe a stray shower, thunderstorm this evening. Better odds after midnight down at 72. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Hot humid at 90, but then partly sunny, less humid as the day wears on Wednesday at about 86. Mid to upper 80s Thursday and Friday. Drier air and even cooler, drier air setting up late in the weekend, early next week. Shower chance over the weekend with highs into the 80s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Many more new homes were going up last month than expected. Housing starts increased 5.2% in July. Though builders might not be planning for construction to continue improving, building permits for future construction declined 2.8%. Home Depot saw sales increase slightly in recent months. Its earnings and revenue were disappointing, but it's standing by its forecast for the year. Home Depot says some prices may be going up. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says he'll meet with 11 strong candidates for Fed chairs starting around September 1st. The term for current Fed Chair Jerome Powell ends in May. The flight attendant strike at Air Canada is over after a mediator was able to reach an agreement. Flights will be restarting this evening. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Fisher National Bank, a presenting sponsor with Mahomet Music Festival on the horizon this weekend, Friday and Saturday. You know, better banking is more than about just money. It's about people. Fisher National Bank is locally owned community bank serving Champaign and Vermilion County. And they're your friends and neighbors that take an invested interest in communities that they serve. Last year alone, Fisher National volunteered over 750 hours of community service. By investing in the people they serve, Fisher National Bank shares in the success of a stronger community. Learn more about Fisher National Bank at fishernational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC.
Cold nights, hot fire, safe chimney. You need Grizzly's Chimney Service. Since 2008, they've handled it all. Fireplace and stove work, tuck pointing, inspections, dryer vents, and more. With certified chimney sweeps, a no-mess guarantee, and they're fully insured. Keep your home fires burning safely. Call the experts at Grizzly's Chimney Service today and visit grizzlysweep.com. That's grizzlysweep.com.
Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty talking to us in studio. Maybe you have an aging parent who's been in this property for a long time, but they need something that's more reasonable for that chapter of life. Reaching out to you makes sense and talking about options for the future.
Yeah, the biggest shortage we continue to find is the downsizing opportunities into ranch-style homes in some of our more rural communities. Over the last 2 years, we've been trying to hit those challenges and find solutions for them. So we've been looking at all of our small outlying communities, St. Joe, Tolono, Rantoul, Paxton, Fisher, and we're looking at different ways and opportunities in these more rural, smaller communities to give them the ability to downsize their house without sacrificing the luxuries that they're used to.
It's Nate Evans at 217-239-7113. Do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with the Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to the NateEvansGroup.com.
Team, it's back to school time, but for us at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, class is always in session when it comes to taking care of our customers.
Yeah!
So what's the most important thing we've learned?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we guarantee the best deal.
Right, and you can't have the best deal without what, Jeff?
The best service.
You got it. And to have the best service, you have to have what? Sean, in the back.
A service department.
Yes. Guys, if you sell appliances, you have to fix appliances. We take care of our customers after the sale with top-rated service technicians. That's what our customers get at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Top-rated service after the sale. Okay, you have your hand up. You don't work here, sir, but you do look familiar.
I work in sales at the appliance store down the street. We don't have service, and I was wondering if you were hiring.
Nasal voice guy, you're in. Come on down.
Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Hey Illini fans, it's Luke Altmaier here, starting quarterback for your Fighting Illini football team.
Get to him, he's going to run right, he's in, touchdown, touchdown, Illinois, Luke Altmaier, what a throw by Altmaier.
Altmaier's big time.
We invite you to be a part of the action this year at Memorial Stadium. After a 10-win season and a Citrus Bowl victory, get your season tickets now for 2025 and make this season unforgettable.
So there's surfing on the East Coast that are 20-foot waves, and there's some
because of Hurricane
Aaron. And there's a
Aaron.
lot of people. Believe me, there are people that'll go out there because of that, and you're going, wait a minute, isn't it kind of dangerous with a hurricane?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the lifeguards at Wrightsville Beach in North Carolina have rescued over 60 people caught up in these rip currents. So they have no swimming advisory through Friday right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, and keep in mind, the lifeguard goes out there, they could be caught in a riptide too. Mm-hmm. It's not like, here comes the lifeguard, he's safe.
I know.
You're crazy. Why would you? Because the surf's high.
Yeah, and see, those surfers are just wired differently than most people. They're just going to go for it.
Well, a lifeguard, I don't know what a lifeguard out in the East Coast makes. I know what they make in Los Angeles. Does anybody know what a lifeguard earns? Let's just go. The lowest paid lifeguard earns what in Los Angeles? It's a full-time job. Because it's warm all year.
Yeah. So $50,000.
Okay, 200.
200,000?
Top lifeguard is $532,000. $532,000.
Really?
To walk around in your red swimming trunks.
What am I doing here on the radio?
You have to be buff, right?
Well, I know.
You can't.
I've seen Baywatch.
Okay. I don't think you're going to look like that. But you got to be a strong
the Zac
swimmer.
Efron and The Rock version of Baywatch, and they did all this training stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be intense.
You would really have to be a fabulous swimmer when you're dealing with the ocean.
Yeah.
Even more so than I would think anything else.
Right.
Because of the riptides and things like that, undertows and stuff like that. Anyway, so if you want to be a lifeguard, you just imagine how many people are trying out to be a lifeguard in Los Angeles. But I was stunned to $500,000.
Right.
That's just a lot. Wow. But again, it could be a life-threatening kind of a deal. But I didn't realize lifeguarding paid so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, coming right back. We're going to check your news, weather, and sports. One more segment of the program, The Drive this afternoon with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone at 3 o'clock this afternoon. From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. We're talking to John Reichert from A&R Mechanical. 100 years in our community. So many buildings in this town, like Memorial Stadium. Of course, the State Farm Center. Can you remember the reaction from the company getting that? Because that's a big one.
Oh, that was huge. If you just think about it a little bit, everything we put in is straight, pipe is straight. We're putting all that into a round building. And, it took a lot of know-how to make that project happen. It was one of the first projects we did using our new technologies. And the timing was just right. We were the right people for that project, and I think we did it successfully.
The legacy of A&R. John, I could almost say, what haven't you built? Up and down campus, the Siebel Center was fairly new for computer science.
Everybody was working as a team, and I think it came out very well.
A&R Mechanical has helped build Carl at the Fields expansion and other Carl projects in Provena and Sarah Bush Lincoln. The list goes on and on. Visit them at ar-mech.com.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
With like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on
President Trump says he's setting up a meeting between Russia's President
camera.
Putin and Ukraine's President Zelensky to work out a peace deal.
I wouldn't say they are ever going to be best friends, but they're doing okay. And we're just going to see. So we're setting up a meeting. I sort of set it up with Putin and Zelensky. And, they're the ones that have to call the shots.
The president on Fox and Friends. Hurricane Aaron's approach has some beaches closed due to dangerous rip currents.
Several popular beaches in New Jersey and Delaware are closed to swimmers, and high waves are in the forecast this week for parts of New York City, Long Island, and New England. Millions of people up and down the East Coast have been told to prepare for impacts from Aaron, which is now a Category 3 storm.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, there are mandatory evacuations from the North Carolina Outer Banks. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign County Coroner identifying the Mohammed man killed in a cycle crash in Champaign this weekend. Police say Matthew Mayberry riding Saturday night when he went off the road and hit a light pole at the intersection of Bloomington Road and Mattis Avenue. He died later at the hospital. Champaign Fire responded to a fire in a single-family home on the 300 block of South Fair Street Saturday. Crew was able to extinguish the fire quickly. They deployed a single hose line to extinguish the fire that began in a bedroom. The cause of the fire has yet to be determined. Now, one resident was displaced because of the fire. A nonprofit going big for a first-of-its-kind event, hoping to raise money with a secret ball in Champaign County. Salt and Light took the idea of a traditional banquet, but wanted to spice things up. Organizers hope their first masquerade ball will raise money and awareness for the nonprofit. The event somewhere in Champaign County, October 23rd. Have a good time at the event. That's what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Check your weather, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
You want to entertain outdoors? This is the year. You can call, click, or visit, get a free estimate for a deck, patio, or pergola, and save 10% on the project. Visit KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and Vicinity. Cold front knocking at the door, responsible for some flooding rainfall over the north and northeastern end of the state, parts of northern Indiana, southern Michigan. Tail end Charlie, that band of activity continuing to make its way across the area this morning. May see a little redevelopment later on this afternoon. Secondary cold front on the move. That's expected into the front part of the weekend, and by early next week, daytime temperatures in the 70s. So a nice change ahead. But another warm and humid day's worth of weather today. Partly sunny skies develop. A couple of showers, thunderstorms around this morning. Back in this afternoon, up to 88 for the high. Lesser chance for a shower thunderstorm as the night wears on tonight. Warm, humid 70. Tomorrow, partly sunny, turning less humid with a north-northeasterly breeze on the light side at 83. Sunshine 85 on Thursday, up to 86 on Friday. Over the weekend, a couple of isolated showers can't be ruled out, especially Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Weekend highs 85 on Saturday, 82 on Sunday. Cooler early next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance. A new front door can instantly upgrade the look of your home and make it more energy efficient. The Kramer Siding and Window team can also install French doors to your deck or patio, welcoming the outside in, or storm doors for an extra layer of protection against the elements. The estimate is free, financing is available, and the business is local. Schedule your beautiful new door today and save 25%. Call us, click on KramerSiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
You know, with like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, you know, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, you know, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, you know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these orange comfort clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. You know, truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
Reggie, tell me why you love real estate.
Oh gosh, I'm on my 19th year in real estate, and the best part about it all truly is the friendships you make. Just the lifestyle, that culture in our office. I mean, I just love what it's given me for my life, especially when it's a win-win transaction and people move into their homes. It's really wonderful to see their dreams come true.
How do I reach out to you?
First of all, I've got a website, ReggieTaylorHomes.com. My phone number is 217-419-0141, and my email address is rtaylor@caldwellhomes.com.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter. And they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Folt's team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133. And my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
All right, it is winding down our broadcast today, Tuesday, August 19. We have a Stever. It's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, $500 off an appliance that costs at least $1,000. And that's a really, really good deal. Never seen it offered like that before. $500 off an appliance. 217-359-2255. And you can just text in Dick Van Dyke or DVD or something. We'll know you're interested. Somebody's going to win. We'll get hold of that person later today.
It's interesting when you consume different, you know, like I heard a little NPR coming in. And
NPR?
Yeah.
The defunded NPR? Okay.
And they were talking about the 40 encampments in D.C. that were destroyed and how ridiculous it is for President Trump to be swooping in and not having a plan in D.C. and this latest, you know, in the crime and homelessness and
I wonder
things.
How much time they spent in San Francisco when Governor Newsom did that. Oh, because China was coming. Xi Jinping was coming.
I remember that.
And they absolutely swept it. How cruel.
Right.
No, didn't hear a word about that.
So,
it's not equal. Listen. These are sad stories, and it's a very difficult issue. You can't take somebody against their will to a mental hospital or drug treatment or what have you, but there needs to be some resources to deal with this. And I think if you said mental illness, drugs, and alcohol, you'd capture most of it. Maybe not all, but most. But we just don't have it. We don't have, where do they go? Nobody wants them near them. I mean, you want to help and try and see if you can get them back on their feet, and it does happen. You know, there's pitfalls like COVID, where I think every addict went back on because it was just, what do you get? There's nothing regular. And they lost their support and all that stuff. But no, you want your nation's capital. There's no way they should be happy sleeping. And plus the vermin. Do you remember the story about California with 12 million rats?
Yeah.
Because of that's dangerous with all kinds of diseases. Right. That's not a good idea. Leave them alone. No, you get them help. Have a plan. You're spending zillions of dollars on stuff that are totally wasteful. We got to take care of, obviously, you take care of like our veterans. Anything that is short of taking care of veterans is bad, I think.
So I just pulled up on the DC crime latest. It looks like Pam Bondi touted 137 arrests over the weekend on this safety plan with the National Guard troops. And then it talks about, will Trump go to LA or New York? Mayor Adams is saying, we got this, but also welcomes federal help on illegal guns.
Well, I don't think the jurisdiction is different. If you look at the Constitution, Donald Trump and the federal government, the intention of the founding fathers was for the federal government to take over Washington, D.C.
Yes, D.C. is unique in the sense that it has this.
I think if a state.
Never sovereign, always under some federal control.
States are supposed to have autonomy, which is good. But I think that if the states were to say, please help us, then I think Donald Trump would. But you got to have buy-in from the governor and the mayor. I mean, it's not going to work otherwise. That's fine. They're not going to do that. Most of the cities, out of the top 25 cities in America, 2 are run by Republicans. Dallas and Fort Worth. That's it. These are Democratic institutions. Obviously, things have not worked very well in our nation's biggest cities. So Donald Trump says, I got the thing here in Washington because I can. But it wouldn't work unless the governor and the mayor bought in, said, please help us. I mean, didn't somebody in, was it New Mexico? It just had a horrible problem there. And they're asking for federal emergency. So, I mean, wouldn't every single person that lives in a civilized society want to feel safe?
Right.
And if you don't feel safe, I mean, they're not reporting on NPR is not reporting on all the people begging the president to do something like this.
That's right.
So you don't hear the other side. The African Americans begging and just please do something because we're not safe at 8 at night. We have to stay in. And yet most of the deaths are black. Most of the deaths in Chicago are black. Why wouldn't we be outraged by all these African American youth getting killed, shot? Hispanics, young, 18 to 24. I mean, why would we be accepting blacks dying as much as they are? It's egregious. So good for Washington, D.C. I'm all for it. I've been to Singapore. Go to Singapore. Walk around anywhere you want. Clean, beautiful.
All the cameras everywhere.
Well, if you're there to cause trouble, there's going to be a flogging for you at night. 9 lashes. And that'll hurt. Wow. And you'll be really, really, really in bad. Don't go do that. Don't spray paint cars. But bad behavior isn't accepted in Singapore. I know it's the police state and all of that, but it's sure lovely to walk around. If you're not there to hurt somebody, not there to sell drugs, you're good. But boy, oh boy, you don't want to go to a foreign country and do bad things because you don't know what they'll do to you there. You take for granted what we do. Presumed innocence. All of those things we try in our justice system to get it as right as we possibly can. But no, I'm all for what DC's doing. I think it's fantastic. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, would you rather have a little bit of presence that looks a little overbearing or shootings? We lost control of these urban areas. We've lost control in Chicago. Absolutely have. And you have to do something drastic. have the presence of what they're doing in Washington.
Well, and I would think the D.C. area, especially with the problem with juveniles, because, what was it, 25 and under, there's this like a loophole.
Yeah, well,
they only get probation no matter what the intensity of the crime was. And
95% are liberal. The city council in Washington are super liberal, but because it's the District of Columbia, Congress can supersede them. Congress can write the new laws. So the city council is there, and in this situation with a kind of an emergency, they can be trumped, so to speak.
Okay.
I trump you.
But in any case, I feel like the juveniles are probably going back to school and refocusing. Let's hope.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think those kind of kids go to school.
All right, well.
You got a problem with that?
So much for that theory that crime will go down because school's back in session.
Well, it's just they don't go to school because guess what? Their boss is the leader of the game.
Yeah.
It's a different life.
Probably
no
right.
concept of how they live. But it's a lot different because they had nothing helping them. Okay, 1:45.
Cold nights, hot fire, safe chimney. You need Grizzly's Chimney Service. Since 2008, they've handled it all. Fireplace and stove work, tuck pointing, inspections, dryer vents, and more. With certified chimney sweeps, a no-mess guarantee, and they're fully insured. Keep your home fires burning safely. Call the experts at Grizzly's Chimney Service today. And visit grizzlysweep.com. That's grizzlysweep.com. Stevie J Broadcasting and Parlor Donuts want to send you to see the number 12th ranked Fighting Illini football team's home opener. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way August 29th against Western Illinois. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win Illini football tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Back to school means back to Jets. Right now, get a build your own large 2-topping pizza for just $14.99 with code JETS101. Choose your crust, Detroit style, hand tossed, or thin, and make it yours with bold flavors like turbo, butter, garlic, or Cajun. Perfect for feeding hungry kindergartners all the way to worn out grad students. For a limited time, get your large 2-topping pizza for $14.99 now at jetspizza.com with code JETS101. It's not just pizza, it's Jets Pizza.
Sports headlines, Diane Ducey.
Thanks, Stevie. St. Louis wins over Miami 8-3, 5:40 for the start using Michael McGreevy on the mound for the Cardinals. You'll hear it here on ESPN 93.5. Milwaukee over the Cubs 7-0. And we've got another day-night doubleheader today.
Canceled, right?
On US 105.9, the bad weather canceled the last game. So we'll have a 1:20 start on US 105.9 and then a 7:05 start. So you can listen to that series as it continues. This is 5 games, so we're in game 2 and 3 today. Chicago White Sox will continue their series against Atlanta with a 6:15 start. White Sox winning 13-9 yesterday. Trending in Illini Nation, women's basketball suites sold out in the State Farm Center. Also talking tickets for the 6 remaining games since Ohio State is sold out for our football team at Memorial Stadium on October 11th. Also, you can take note of the Illinois non-conference games for our basketball team. All at fightingillini.com with all those details. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
The Champaign Parks Foundation, with support from GHR Engineers, Christie Clinic Illinois Race Weekend, and Lynn Ryle, invites you to join them for their 3rd annual Ties and Tennies Gala on Thursday, September 4th at the iHotel. This year's event is headlined by Fighting Illini women's basketball coach Shauna Green. Attendees can also expect drinks, a plated dinner, a silent auction, and more. Help the Champaign Parks Foundation reach its fundraising goal of $125,000. Get more details now at champaignparks.org.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Welcome everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Classic example of these pop-up, slow-moving, downpour-producing showers and thunderstorms over the past weekend. Even a rush of wind and some crop damage in some parts of Champaign and Vermilion County. Not too far outside of Homer, even reports of tornadic activity and a wide range of rain amounts as well locally in the gauge. In any event, we could see the same thing pop up as the day wears on today. Stray shower, thunderstorm in spots this morning, isolated this afternoon. Heat and humidity pay heat to that heat advisory through early this evening. High temperature up to about 91. Heat index values up around 100 later today with a partly sunny sky and a slight southeast wind. Maybe a stray shower thunderstorm this evening. Better odds after midnight down at 72. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Hot humid at 90, but then partly sunny, less humid as the day wears on Wednesday at about 86. Mid to upper 80s Thursday and Friday. Drier air and even cooler, drier air setting up late in the weekend, early next week. Shower chance over the weekend with highs into the 80s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Okay. All right. 8:51. Don't forget the drive this afternoon, day 2 of the all-new drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone after 3 o'clock today.
You can tap into the podcast at StevieJay.com.
Yep. And Jay Lehman returns Monday.
Yes.
The great All-American linebacker for the University of Illinois with his exciting show coming up Monday at 3. We're listening to that too.
When we mentioned the other day we're at Stevie Jay FM on X or Twitter, that was exciting to a couple people who approached me at an event and said, I didn't realize I could have it on my phone by tapping into my Twitter account and just tapping into the show.
You can stream it too. At StevieJay.com and just listen live.
Okay.
You do it that way. But
And,
yeah,
and we're on YouTube too if you want to watch it at Stevie Jay Show.
Exciting is a very generous word. They were excited to know about that. I'm very happy you embellished that.
There you go.
This is exciting. I listened to the drive on my phone yesterday. It worked fine.
That's right. So you have those options in case you'd like to join us.
Yep. And okay, so we're getting ready. We're going to have tickets to give away. You can always text in Illini for that. Mm-hmm. And we'll get that going with you beginning soon.
People are texting in to win those tickets from Parlor and Jets Pizza. Plus, we'll have pairs of tickets that we'll be handing out when we're live from Pia's at 1609 West Springfield Avenue the Thursday before the Friday, August 29th game at 6:30 against Western Illinois.
And then, the Pia's broadcast always fun, and people come out and hang out.
Late afternoon into the evening. Come celebrate. Getting out of the gate in the home opener.
Check the long-term forecast at this point. I think Soye a month ago said, hot and humid.
Right.
What officially...
But now we're kind of getting in the zone. And for me, in a week, I'll be live at Raising Cane's with a pair of tickets, too. That's at 2121 North Prospect between 11 and 1 as you come have a lunch with me and the chicken fingers that they have with the cane sauce and the crinkle fries.
Going
Yum.
to P is next week, right?
Yes, that's on the 28th.
Well,
Thursday.
according to the long range forecast, this says Thursday morning, the 28th, you'll wake up at 56.
What? 50?
That's 77 for the high. It's going to be beautiful.
Perfect.
Holy cow. And then, I mean, you can't think. I mean, next week's highs are 75, 72, 73.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I love that.
Instead of your $500 electric bill, maybe it'll be $400 now. I mean, the bills you're getting from Ameren.
It's bad.
It's really nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been super hot.
I know.
So you walk into your house, and when you have steam on the outside of your windows, you know it's really humid and it's real nice and cool inside. So anyway, some relief it looks like. We'll double check with our meteorologist, Greg Soya, tomorrow, which will be Wednesday.
That's right.
Comes after Tuesday.
That's right.
Okay, Diane Ducey, thank you.
Enjoy the day.
All right, that's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Again, we're giving out $500 to Dick Van Dyke, 217-359-2255. Text in DVD if you want to be considered. A lot of you want that today, which is awesome. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Thank you for listening. I am Stevie J. Have a great Tuesday.
Stevie J Broadcasting and Parlor Donuts want to send you to see the number 12th ranked Fighting Illini football team's home opener. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way August 29th against Western Illinois. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win Illini football tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning. Do you have your sewer line cleaned every year? Are you constantly getting roots or blockages? Why deal with that headache year after year? Call Land's Drain Cleaning today at 217-355-5512 to have our expert staff come out, clean your line. We give you a free camera inspection, show you what's wrong, where it's at, and then we can offer you a repair for that problem so you don't have to deal with it again. Land's Drain Cleaning. Why call anyone else?
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Tim Onstad, Gale Forex Trucking, and Dedicated Diesel.
Yeah, we're really just kind of getting going and feeling out when that corn and beans are going to start turning and when we're going to start hauling grains for Gale and some farmers around. Had one call yesterday, make sure he was on the list and set up. We're going to bring in probably 3 to 5 good drivers or young guys that want to learn part of the trucking business and get them started in the field where they're not out on their own somewhere. And we'll be hauling grain, looking probably, like I said, 3 to 5 good people that want to haul some grain, not just young, experienced. If somebody's semi-retired, they want to get into that a little bit, we're good with that too. It works out for a good atmosphere and good overall employee satisfaction.
How can we reach you, sir?
Get me on email at timo@gftlog.com. Call the office at 765-793-7131. Give me a holler. We'll get you going and get things happening.
Why visit Freedom Roofing for your roof repair or replacement? Just listen to what satisfied customers are saying.
Freedom Roofing was quick to respond, reasonably priced, and their quality was excellent.
They found an immediate issue, patched it on the spot, and later replaced our entire roof. We couldn't be happier.
For local, trusted roofing done right, visit freedomchampaign.com or call 217-393-6000 today.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone.
We're always looking for people. You can go online and apply on our website. We never know what we're going to need. We're always expanding. We're always building more and growing our business. If we don't need a person and they come along and we find out that they're an eagle, they're a star, we'll hire them. We'll put them somewhere and wait for the spot we're going to have them working.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com.
4,000 pounds. It gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana.